All right, this is the first two boxes, so I haven't even done those two.
That's my one there, this one, and then all mine are here.
So cool. It's just, there's so many good things in here. 80,151.
Folks, welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. If you are new here, hey, how you doing? My name's Chris, and I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. Now, I've been building this business for the last 4 years. We're about to step into year 5. It has been a crazy journey to get here. Actually, this week, I talk a lot about just that reflection and kind of just coming to realization of where we are at in the business. Now, the reason why I document this is because I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle, and that's going to probably look very different to how you're building your business, whether it's reselling, whether it's pure eBay, or whether it's something else completely different. And that's okay, because when we build something, we want to build it with our own passion, our own joy, and with our own dreams and aspirations in mind. And mine is probably over the next 5 to 10 years. Yours might be short term, just to, pay for a holiday at the end of the year, which is absolutely perfect and absolutely great. There's nothing wrong with that. So I bring you along each week. I give you a bit of a point of view experience of what it looks like for me to build this business. Now, I predominantly sell pre-owned clothing. About 80% of my business is pre-owned clothing. This week, there's lots of decisions, lots of things that I'm trying to achieve. We go through some more stock. There's plenty of moving parts of the puzzle this week. And we also look through a couple of warehouses, and we actually finish up the week going through 200 unique shirts, prepping for some washing and prepping for 2025. And at the same time, I share back to you guys just how I'm thinking, how things are going in my headspace. But at the end of the day, the whole purpose of these videos is for myself to really see what I can achieve and document that journey, with the intention that maybe you can take some value, some lessons, and leverage that for yourself to be inspired to go achieve your own dreams and ambitions and make it happen for yourself, whether it is reselling or selling on eBay or anything else that it may be. So if you are new here and you've never seen these videos before, if you've got any questions, chuck them down below. And even if you're not new, if you've got any questions or comments, chuck them down below. If you do stick around to the end of the video, we also have my lessons, what I've learned, what I've taken away from this video, and I also take you through trying to be as transparent as possible, all my financials for the week, but also for where we're heading for the month. And it's an expensive month, but that's all part of the roller coaster ride. Appreciate you. Let's dive in. Woo! It's Monday morning, folks. I tell you, I'm in a good mood just because I've hit a new milestone and it's been a great weekend. And I tell you, when you have those days and weeks, you gotta enjoy them. New week, we start from zero again. It was an absolute crazy weekend. We've hit a new milestone of 79,000, 90-day total, so close to 80. I'm trying to push to 80 for the end of year. But no, we've got about 55 orders to go out, so it's going to be a busy day. Today, the plan is, I just dropped Carl off at the station. It's 6:54. Got a cheeky coffee. Back into routine there, but I've got a big order in the back that was delivered. It was actually delivered Saturday, which is pretty cool. And I've got a whole bunch of other stuff that I've got to get photoed today. I've got some Lego, got some video games. We've got 4 boxes of clothing from another supplier, just more to my regulars. And we've got to do that. We've got a washing return of 10 bags. Nothing's going out today. That will go out Thursday. My photographer's in today, but I think my focus really is going to be pick, packing and posting, which I'll probably do after sorting clothing. I've got to sort all the clothing that I got, and I've also got to do my listings. I've only done a couple this morning, and yeah, but it's the 9th of December. We've got basically, I'm going to be going on leave. I'm going to take some time off at the end of the year, basically the week of Christmas. The week after Christmas, I'll go incognito and just focus on family, loved ones, time of year, take a holiday, and just switch off. So I won't be doing content, I won't be doing any of that jazz, but really just going into planning mode. I'm already in planning mode. I mean, I'm thinking about things basically daily at this point for the next 3 months, but just need to take the time off, and Carla and I will go away as well. So excited for that, but we've got 2 weeks till then. We've also got one market to finish the year with as well. So there's lots going on. There's always lots going on, but today really is just going to be BAU kind of stuff. It's pick, pack and post, it's sorting clothes, and that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. So come along for the journey. If you do have any questions, comments along the way, more than happy to answer anything. I'll try and bring it into into the video if it makes more sense. And it's going to be a full week this week, plenty happening, and I'll take you through it all. Come along for the ride. Whew, all right, we're here. We've got all of this to go through today. Got some Lego, we've got some video game stuff in there. That's more IKEA bags and just supplies. Let's get set up, and then we'll get into it. Jeez, I'm feeling a bit tired actually. Pretty big weekend. Let's get set up. Alright, all set up. Nothing take too long. I gotta make a decision. I'm gonna sort a couple of these things, get this all sorted. I'm probably just gonna get straight into this straight away. First things first though is I just gotta shuffle the little things in here, because there's probably 250 items in here. But what I need to do is I need to put them into categories. Do have a few boxes left, and just put them into the right stuff that we're going to prioritize listing ASAP versus stuff that will, it's not urgent. And then I'm going to photo and list all these things today. And photographer will be in probably around 9 o'clock, I reckon. So I need to get that ready for them. So I've got a few little admin things to do, and we do need to do listings. But anyway, let's just, I'm just going to get started, and I'll bring you along when I remember to show you. Me again. Also did get a consignment electronic deal last week, which I forgot to show. Came here on the weekend and sorted it. So that's all just remotes and things. We did get some more phones. We got all iPhones in there. We got this. This guy's pretty crazy. I was looking up this. This thing brand new went for crazy money. We got some DVDs. We got some laptops, iPads. And I think that was it. I think I already sorted the rest of it. I don't think I put anything in here. No, I didn't. So it wasn't a huge lot, but it's all good. All right, now I'm going to go do some stuff. All right, I've got a pretty exciting milestone to share with you. As I said in the car on the way here, over the weekend we did hit $79,000 in 90-day total. We actually got to 79,800, but we dropped down to 79,303. This is like the highest I've ever been by about 2,000. So I am pushing to get to that 80,000, and we've got 55 orders for the weekend with a total of it looks like 63 items, so multi-quantity orders in there as well. But if you want to have a look at this, we've done 3,364 bucks for the weekend. So this actually might have been better than last weekend, Black Friday, but it seems people are just buying, not putting too much offers. They're just buying because I think this is the last week really before they're going to be able to get things. I got a few people wanting express. We did sell some high ticket items. I sold a lot of the Patagonia stuff, a lot of international stuff, some multi-quantity orders, some hats, some jackets. So a lot of this, we've got jerseys, some Mad magazines. I'll take you through some of this a little bit later, but I just wanted to show the number before it disappears, because it will probably drop a little later. So very happy with this. We've still got about, I think I'm still waiting for like 6 people to pay. So there's no point rushing to do this. Wait till around 10 o'clock and I'll probably get cracking on this one. Right, I'm going to go sort these clothes, and yeah, and I'll take you through what we've got. All right, we're going to get all of this, 1, 2, 3, 4, over here. You ready? All right, this is the first 2 boxes, so I haven't even done those 2. There's some really, really good stuff in here. I'm very happy with this. This is pretty cool. Little Fruit of Loom tag. A lot of it, it's just bread and butter, but it's just good stuff. And I mean, obviously I haven't quality checked or anything. Lots of jumpers and jackets. These are all like skirts, dresses. There's a few jackets in there as well. These are all pants and shorts. Lots of Lululemon in here. And this is all just tops. Still got this bag and this bag. They're like extra items. They call them insurance items. And then I've still got 2 more boxes, but I don't know if I'm going to do those boxes on top. We'll see.
All right, I've made 2 piles. I've already moved a whole bunch of stuff that I've already sorted. There's a whole bunch of newer tags that go straight to the rack. This is a big pile of stuff that's not for now. I'll probably just put it to the side. Some of it does need washing. This is a definite wash. This will go out, you know, in our next washing run kind of thing. And then these ones are a bit in between. Yeah, so I'm going to just finish this, make some more space, and then we're going to get into the next 2. All right, we're halfway through. I've got to go do the washing though, so I'm going to go pick that up, and then we'll come back up and we'll finish off. Let's go. All right, team, this is all done. Now I'm just sorting it into washing, into new tags, and into the market, and yeah, then it's going to be a pick, pack, and post, and we've got even more orders to go out now, so it's going to be a busy day. All right, team. Geez, just pulled everything out. Total of 62 orders now. I had a couple more come through while I was picking. So we've got all of this, all of this, all of this, all of this. We've got this nice big jacket, and we do have that Carhartt jacket over there. A lot of this is bread and butter, I guess. My new bread and butter is obviously being a lot of Ralph Lauren now. But yeah, we've got a total of 62, 3,729. And if I actually look at how much Ralph Lauren of this, because this is one of the reasons why the weekend was pretty good, because there's been people buying multiple quantity of Ralph Lauren. So I've got 12 Ralph Lauren orders, but it's a total of like, looks like it's 17 items, and the average ASP of these was $50. So very happy with it. So there's like $600 just in Ralph Lauren. And then we've sold some pretty good Patagonia jackets. We've got lots of Western stuff going out. We've got a lot of jeans going out. We've got some shoes going out. We sold all my Mad magazines. They all went just for some reason. I don't know if something happened over the weekend, but all my Mad magazines went through. One guy came through and purchased 2. Someone else purchased 1 lot, and someone else asked if I could separate, and I said no. Sold some shoes. We've got shoes over here as well. Got some train stuff going out, and we've got some books under here as well. So, and some hats. It's going to take a little bit, but we'll get cracking on that, and then it'll be lunchtime. All right, let's do it. If anything pops up that's cool, I'll let you know. But really, I'm just trying to get it done, so I might not share too much. Geez, not too bad at all. All right, folks, postage is all done. Quite the stack. I've just got to go downstairs and grab the mailbag, and I'm actually going to go grab coffee for myself and photographer. Back here, slip, slop, and slap all this, and then get back to it. All right, that's all stacked up. That's full. We're going to go finish doing this clothing over here, and then I'm going to do some photos and listings of the video game stuff as well. Let's get this packed up. All right, team, just sold some more stuff, and I tell you, things have moved very quickly today. Very exciting, because so we sold this Harley Davidson for 100 and I think it was 176 or 67. Nice little bomber jacket, and I didn't actually expect to hit it today, but we did. We hit it today. 80,151. A big thank you to my team that has obviously made this happen, because I haven't done this by myself. But to think a year ago we were sitting on about 43, 44, like it's just wild to think about. Yeah, I think before I went away to the Philippines, we were sitting somewhere between 38 and 49, which must be around the 44,000 mark. And as of today, we're on 80, so we've almost doubled in a year's time, which is just madness. But I'm very happy. So now to retain it, and then to move on to the goal of to hit 100,000 in 2025. That is the goal. So we'll see what we can do. Pretty happy with this. Anyway, I'm going to pack this order. Why not? And then I'll get back to doing it. Alright folks, done everything I need to do. Now we're going to take some photos of this stuff. This actually is what I won from the Starlight donation earlier this year. This, the Steel Series There's a few other little bits and bobs in here as well. This is just some other games that I got from another lot that I'm selling. These are all sealed, which is pretty good. And then I've got these ones I'm going to focus on. I'm just going to do these now, and then if I've got time left, I'll probably just do some sorting and stuff, because I just want to get this high value stuff up. I've got more Lego that I need to bring as well, from another lot, but I totally forgot to bring it, so I'll do that this week as well. Really it's probably not in time for Christmas, but probably people wanting to buy with gift cards after Christmas. I have been delaying in putting some of the higher end stuff up just because there's been so many coupons on eBay at the moment. I don't want them to be, you know, I don't want to lose too much on those. So yeah, let's do it. So these folks just moved out. It's very tempting. That's my one there, this one, and then all mine are here. Woo! All right, team, it's still Monday. I just finished up. I got distracted and I was chatting to one of the storage unit ladies. She come up and she was dealing with that unit that had finished. I don't think I'm getting it. I'm definitely thinking about it, but I think the timing's a bit off because one, it's a little bit smaller than normal units, and secondly, in a week's time, in 2 weeks' time, I go on leave, so I can't really leverage it for the benefit of productivity or, you know, being able to scale. I don't know. I'll think about it overnight and we'll see, but I don't think it makes sense. I've actually been inquiring. I've inquired for 6 warehouses actually, and hopefully going to be looking at some of those this week. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I'm off to drop the post off because I have so much. It's a total of 66 packages, which is actually, I think, my best ever. I've got to drop that off because he can't fit in his car. So I'm going to drop that off. Then I'm picking up Carla. She's actually running a bit late anyway. And yeah, that will be it for the day. It's a bit of a surreal experience today to see us hit the $80,000 total, and to think a year ago we were basically half that, and how far we've come. I mean, again, I haven't been able to do that myself. That's with the help of my team, which I'm super grateful for. But just to be able to see the growth that we have seen, obviously that's not profit, but we are averaging about a 17 to 20% net profit at the moment, which, you know, on basically 80,000 times 4, that's $320,000 a year in revenue. If we put, if we put 20% on that, it's not too bad. It's about $64,000, which is what my current forecast is to do for the financial year in profit. So I'll be happy with that, and then it'll be interesting to see where we can go into the next calendar year and into the next financial year. Anyway, lots on my head. I'm just very, very proud of where I am. It's taken a long time to get here. We have a long way to go, but we're just getting started. We're just getting started. I appreciate you all, and I will see you tomorrow, and we'll do it all again. Ciao. Folks, and just like that, it was Tuesday, and it's an absolutely gorgeous morning. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, the sun is up, it's fresh, it feels good. I actually miss this weather for running. It's the perfect kind, but yeah, that's another whole conversation. Hope you're doing well. I'm pretty tired actually. So I was on some medication for the last 14 days and I've been off it for the last 3 days, so I think my body's just playing catch up because I was pretty buzzed for the last 2 weeks, week and a half, but definitely it's all playing catch up now. But anyway, that aside, so what's what? Yesterday we did really well. We ended up doing about, I think it was $1,200, $1,300. It's died completely off. I had some feedback issues. Customer, this is where eBay. I'm about to vent. This is where eBay needs to do a little bit better. Customers that leave feedback, there needs to be some level of like step through process to validate that the feedback is actually valid and correct before they can just go put anything through. So some customers said, hey, look, it wasn't too bad, it was a neutral, but neutral annoyed me because it just makes it wishy-washy. But
They said, look, they said really good condition, really happy, arrived quick, but didn't fit me, therefore not happy kind of thing. And it's like, well, you know, I offer free returns for all those kind of situations. And that's not my fault that it doesn't fit you. Like, why is it my fault? Like, I've got the measurements, I've got the sizing, all these different things. And anyway, and because eBay's moved on to a bit more of an AI model for doing the removal of feedback, they said, no, it says item does not meet description, which is BS. Anyway, I spoke to the customer. I said, look, I'm just going to refund you. It was a $20 item. It's always the low end items. And I said, you know, like, I'm sorry you're disappointed. Here's a refund. Just so you know, the feedback, it does mean a lot to us, and it does impact us, and we do our best to try and continuously do better, and etc., etc. And he responded saying, oh, wow, oh, yes, sorry, I didn't mean it to be that way. Anyway, so I put a feedback request, but I think it was an elderly gentleman. He couldn't figure out how to do the feedback revision. So he actually just replied to it saying it was his own misunderstanding. Seller was actually really good. La-di-da-di-da. So it's just goes to show that, you know, not everything is what it seems, but you do need to have conversations with your customers, even when you are very frustrated with the situation. Anyway, that aside, today it is 7:40. I'm leaving a little bit early. Carla is working from home today, but I wanted to get ahead. I've got my photographer number 2 in today from 8:30. He'll be leaving a bit earlier, so he's starting a bit earlier, which I'm down for that. My focus today, I actually haven't even thought. My focus is we're going to do a pick, pack, and post. I think I'm going to continue to just do a little bit of sorting of some things, but probably get into some electronics. Just get ahead on those, see if we can get a final wind of goodies before the end of the year. I've got some cameras, I've got some phones, I've got a whole bunch of Samsung stuff, and I've got some vintage phones. So if I can get all that done today, and some iPads, that would be ideal. And then I can probably get them listed by the end of the week, and hopefully get a few more dollary dues. That should help subsidize when we hit the low end. Now this week, I'm expecting it to be a bit of a roller coaster. I'm expecting, even from today, things will start to drop off because people have probably already got their gifts, or they're wanting to give pickups. I'm getting a daily question, can I pick up this item? Can I pick up this item? And I'm saying no. The reason why I don't do it is because it takes too much time out of my day. So there's Express, all those different things. So people are asking for Express, that's what I mean. So it's going to be interesting to see how this week plays out. I've got a lot of questions from you guys, some really great questions. We're going to talk about that hopefully today. Yeah, let's get in there, let's get set up, let's get cracking. There's a few other things on my mind. I might come back to it, otherwise it might be later in the week. Anyway, let's get to work. And we're back. I want to answer one of the questions. It's fresh on my mind, and I'm excited to answer it. And the question came from Darren. You've been asking some great questions over the last few weeks. Really do appreciate it, mate. He said, every time I start a video, I talk about I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. And he was wondering, what is the reason why, right? And he talks about, you know, I have such motivation and determination to list every day, and I'm getting into work super early. Some of that is because obviously I'm taking Carla to the station as well. He does it for his holidays. He does eBay for holidays, like, you know, so he can pay for his holidays, which is great. And each year those get a little bit better. But he said if he's honest, his only motivation is to pay for the holiday. So yeah, he does what's necessary for that, but he wants to understand, for me, what's the difference. Okay, so I already did answer this to him, so he's got some context, but for me, there's a couple of things here, right? I mean, ever since I was in university, I actually wanted to be an entrepreneur. I didn't know what that looked like, but I wanted to have a business of my own. I didn't want to work for the man. However, I've started a few different businesses. They didn't work out, and I ended up going into working 9 to 5. I did technology consulting, focused on project management. I absolutely love that. And the idea is I had ambition in there. I wanted to be a certain level by a certain age and earning a certain amount of income. And that's what I thought it was all about. And as I progressed through that, I still had the inkling of all the different things that I wanted to do. The podcast, helping other people achieve their goals, and having a business. I didn't know what the business was going to look like though. Long story short, during the pandemic, I finally clicked and cracked it at the same time that I was sick and tired of working the 9 to 5 in a stressful environment. Really love my job, great people, great money, but I stepped away from it because I knew that I had bigger ambitions of what I think can take me to bigger places. You know, I could have stayed at the job for another 5, 10, 15, 20 years, probably been really successful, but I would have been capped with, I think, my fulfillment of purpose, whereas building something of my own gives me that purpose and fulfillment. So my actual long-term intent is to do more on the Further Your Lifestyle branding, but the reselling business is a way to get there, and is a way to prove that if you want to make a change, this is how you do it. Like if you want to change your life. And I also love reselling, and I love business. That I absolutely love it. And I picked reselling because it was the easiest thing that I could do. I knew how to do it a little bit, and I've just been able to thrive from there. But I've got some broader ambitions around this, is because the lifestyle that I want to create is for myself and my partner, Carla, and to be able to have the freedom of time, not have to worry about money, but taking on the lens of 2 books that are really, really important, the E-Myth Revisited and the Cash Flow Quadrant. And in the Cash Flow Quadrant, it talks about the different quadrants that you're in. You know, you can be, you know, you can work for someone else, you can be an owner-operator, or sorry, you can, it's kind of like you're either, you're an operator, so you're sole trader or solopreneur, then you're an owner-operator or an owner of a business, and then the final one is an investor of businesses. And I'm probably in the owner-operator equation, so I'm actually doing more work than, you know, than I probably should be, but it's enabled me to get to that next quadrant. And the intent, what I mean by this, to fluff it all down into really short, too long didn't read, is I want to build a business where I can either do less work and get either more money or the same amount of money. Because I want to build a business that lasts without me. I want to build an empire that lasts without me, that it doesn't require me to do everything. I want to, in the long term, be more focused on strategy, making decisions, and taking the business where it wants to go. The reselling element, the clothing, this is all just like the tip of the iceberg. I have some broader ideas of things that I want to do, but they're all stepping stones. They're all going to take a bit of time. They're all, I guess, things to bolt onto the business. But then there's a lot of stuff that's not even relevant to reselling that I want to get into. But you know, it's a journey, right? And I know that a lot of this is going to take 5 to 10 years, even from now. Like, I've been doing this for 4 years now. It'll be 5 years in January, and I want to see where I'm going to get once I've hit 7 years. So I've got 2 more years. It's actually 3 years, because I want to make sure 7 years of actual work, not start the 7th year. But I worked for my previous job for 7 years, and during that time, I got to mid-management level. I was earning $160,000, and it was really good, but it wasn't good for my mental health, and I didn't have any time. So my goal is to see where I can get to in 7 years in comparison of working for someone else and working for myself. We're about to start year 5, and year 5 calendar year, that is, not year 5 financial year. So that's where it gets a little wishy-washy, but I can't really compare apples to apples until I've done 7 years in this business to see what's working, what's not working. Are we growing? Are we not? Now, the reason why I'm so motivated is because no one else is going to do this. Like, and I see the results, and no one else is going to build my dream and take my ambition to where it wants to be, where I want it to be. I have to do that. No one else is going to do it for you. Just like for you, Darren, you want to do eBay for your holidays, which is great. Love the idea. No one else is going to do that for you. No one else is going to pay for your holiday. The only person that's paying for your holiday is you, or your wife, or your partner, or whoever. So you have to do the work to be able to provide the funds to be able to make that as richful and as glorious and as special as it can be. For me, I'm doing exactly the same, but I'm doing it on a larger scale, and I'm trying to make it so that I'm building a business that lasts. And that's why I'm very bullish. I do a lot of, you know, investment back into the business, and yeah, don't make a lot of profits, all that jazz. But that's because the profits are going back into the business. I invest back into the business for long-term scale. We have grown year on year. I should probably check this on the graph, but from memory, year on year for the last 4 years, on average, we've grown 80%. Top line, bottom line, we haven't necessarily changed. It's probably averaging around that 17.5% net, which isn't a bad thing, because in the long run, if you can make $1 million business and you're doing 17.5% net margin, that's 170 grand. So, you know, there's great opportunity there. that's my ambition there. I answered a little bit more in the comments for you already, Darren, which will give you a bit more context. But yeah, I want to be able to create a lifestyle where I'm not dependent on trading my time. At the moment I am, because again, no one else is going to build that. But once I've built the machine, I don't have to. Just why I'm very bullish in paying for my staff, outsourcing things, because in the long run, I gain momentum, and in the long run, I will get, I guess, compounding dividend effect from that. And, you know, even moving to the warehouse, hopefully looking at some this week, making that decision to, you know, go bigger than I'm expecting at this point in time, it's going to push me to work harder, but it also enables growth and different things like that. So if you don't put yourself in a position to grow, how do you grow? You can't, right? So it might be a bit of a twisted answer for you, but you know, no one else is going to create the dream that I have, and you need to know what your end game is, what your purpose is, what you're aiming for, because if you don't have that, it makes it very hard to really work towards where you want to be. And I know that every day I do something, at least one thing every day that's going to get me closer to where I want that to be. And the other thing is, when I'm making decisions, I can ask myself, is this going to get me closer to where I want to be? And if it's not, well, then I probably shouldn't be doing it. So yeah, really great question, Darren. It's been on my head, in my mind, so I really wanted to speak it out. Who knows, maybe I'll have more on this, but really great question.
All right, we are in. We're absolutely chockers of stock. Look at all these shirts. That's all Ralph Lauren. And then this is all Twill. We've got jeans, shorts, everything in here at the moment. Just got everything set up for for the photographer. I'm just doing a little bit of prep. I've also got a customer coming to buy some of this. I've got to make some more boxes for those playing at home, wanting to know if we're going to make it to the end of the year. That's where we're up to. I've got to shuffle some of this today. I think we'll be fine. I do want to answer a question again as well, but just finish setting this up, and then I'm going to answer a question about what I do with stuff that I get from the consignment that isn't necessarily, you know, my kind of groove. We'll talk about that in a second. All right, so a question that came through from Tammy. Really look forward to your videos every week. Thank you, appreciate it. She said, with the random things that I get from the consignment, the dolls, the books, do you take a lot of time to do the research on these, and are they worth my time? I'm just curious because I smash through the clothing, I smash through the electronics, or do I like to have that variety in my store? I'm just interested because sometimes I feel if it's not in my niche, I spend way too long researching and it's just not worth it, but I guess it's also how we learn. Yeah, so on this, just so you're aware, when I started this business, I was an everything seller. Like, I do still sell everything. Like, I do sell books, as you can see. This is all my non-clothing section. So we sell books, we sell everything. But I phased out of that from a scale point. That's all my electronics. I still got a little bit of media down here. I phased out of that in terms of volume because the clothing does better for me and the electronics does better for me. But with the consignment, there's a lot of stuff that comes through. Like, there's stuff in here that I've still got to go through. We've got tubs in here. We've got Lego under there. Got Lego over there. Some of this, it's a bit wishy-washy. Sometimes there's stuff here that's really, really great to do because it's a great way to learn. Like, there's been stuff that I've been doing pool stuff, like pool repair stuff. I've been doing skincare treatment stuff. Like, really, it's a really great way to learn with no cost and no risk. But at the same time, we have a bit of an agreement where if stuff comes in, it's just not worth my time, worth their time, I can let them know that I'll either take it back or I can get rid of it another way, op shop it. There is the solution of that I'll be doing once I move into my warehouse is doing more auction stuff, so I can just have things coming and going, but that's a little bit down the line. I don't mind it. There is stuff that I put off or procrastinate on because I know it's going to take extra time. So like in the video that I did last week, you know, I had everything set out because I had the time to do it. But when I don't have the time, I have to focus on my quickest wins and the stuff that's going to get me the best bang for buck for the time that I have. Like, obviously clothing being easy, electronics being easy. For video game stuff, for instance, that's come through, I've got like a couple sitting here, but I wait till I've got like 5 or 10 and then I just bulk batch it. So I think that's what I also do is stuff that maybe I don't like doing or not curious about or maybe iffy about. I wait till I've got the time or I've got a good variety of it so that I'm being able to learn quicker rather than just doing one thing and not really retaining the information. Yeah,
yeah, look, I think you got to weigh it up as well. Like for consignment, I'm also playing it in the longer game because I want to help this person because they've got great opportunities. So I'm trying to, go above and beyond in that. But, if I was time constrained or didn't think it was possible to do, I would just say, no, I'm only doing this. This is all I do. And some of that I do with consignments. So you got to pick and choose what works for you. If things aren't worth your time, be open about it. Help them understand why it's not worth their time, my time, everyone's time. Because there were some books like that. They're just not worth it. Like they're selling $10 after expenses and all that. No one's walking away with any money. So we just got rid of those. Whereas there's some book bundles which you might get $40. So it's, there might be $15 each or something. And that adds to the total tally for a month payout that I pay my consignments on a monthly basis. So I think that gives some context. I don't mind doing it. There's a lot of things that I already know, but there's a lot of things that I don't know, like the Barbie stuff. A lot of that I just bulk up. And that's the other thing is you need to make sure you understand, do they have a value to this or do they just want it gone? Because if they just want cash over a certain number, you can let things go real cheap or just bulk sell it, let someone else deal with it, make it their job lot. And that's a quicker way to do it. So yeah, great question. All right, I'm going to continue to get set up and photographer be here soon.
All right, folks, just sorting through cameras. This is, I've got a PSP as well. Doing the iPhones, that's all non-iPhone. So putting these into bundles, still got all of these actually. So I'm going to start to put them into bundles, put them on charge, do all the testing, and hopefully get through all of this today. All right, team, it is 10 o'clock. Just been holding out doing the pick, pack, and post to see if anything else would come through. It's actually dropped off completely quiet now, which, as I said, is pretty much expected at this point. We've got 6 orders to go out. We are still sitting on 80,139, which is great. We did get up to 8,800 last night and drop it down. We do have some interesting things going. We've got this big parts not working speaker going out. We did have a pool kit control cell for 295 plus express. We've got some North Face. We've got nice little dress, some Ralph Lauren, and some St. John's Bay. That's it, not much. So I'm going to get that packed up. I don't know if I'll process it, but I'll just get it packed up and then I might just wait around lunchtime, and then if there's nothing else that comes through, I'll just process it. And I've got phones and stuff charging at the moment, and yeah, we'll see how we go. Whew, all right, it's been a minute. So had a customer come, they purchased 20 items, which was nice, some wholesale. Also had my photographer finish up. He was only here for an hour or two, which was per plan. Just they were popping in between things, so they said they'll come do an hour or two. So they've gone as well. So it's just me here now. I'm going to continue to finish my pick, pack, and post. I was just dealing with the customer, get this out, and then we'll get back to doing this. We've got all these on charge as well, so they should be done very shortly, and then we can make up some more bundles. I've got all the cameras that I need to do, started going through them as well, and then I've got all of this to do. I've got a couple of laptops, and then who knows what else. I'm actually hoping to go look at a warehouse today or tomorrow, but I haven't heard back, so we'll wait and see. All right, let's do it. All right, postage is done, all printed off. I'm going to have some lunch. These are almost done, and then it'll be all good to sit down and just do that for the rest of the day. Take it easy, and yeah. I must say I'm pretty tired. I'm feeling it. Definitely coming off the meds from last week. It's taking a toll. It's all just catching up, I think. Bit of a slow burn today, but hopefully after some food we'll get some some motivation. I might talk to you about something too. All right, things are happening. I have 2 warehouse walkthroughs tomorrow. It's all very surreal and a bit scary. At this point in time, I'm really just looking through, getting ideas so I can get better understanding of layouts and what do I really want, what do I really need, pricing, lease understandings, like all these different things, outgoings. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a information overload, but I've also got to be working out, the size upgrade that I take from this. At the moment we're about 80-90 square meters, but that's between 5 units, and working out the different equation of around what productivity will we see
as soon as possible as we move into the warehouse, and how long will it take to get to that point and start to actually leverage the benefits of having the warehouse, and working out the equation of how much we can generate based on, you know, whether it's productivity or whatever. Actually just got an email back from the guy now around outgoings and breakdowns of dollars, and geez, all right, this was interesting. Anyway, so it's all happening. It's all happening. All right, I've just been doing some number crunching. Also dozed off. I'm super tired, like totally done. All right, I'm gonna do these phones, cameras. Need to stop doing some number crunching because it's making me too sleepy. So I'll do all this and help us get ahead. We are making some progress. Finished all the iPhones and iPads. Now we're doing all the Samsung. These ones I haven't done for a while, but they'll just be a big bulk lot. They're all parts not working, smash screens, don't really work, don't power. So these will actually go direct to another customer that I sell to for business to business. So it's a quick win, but just got to see what the situation is with them all. All right, we're nearly on to the cameras. All right, cameras are all done, and now I'll move on to just some quick phones. We're getting close to 320. A lot of those cameras I had to clean out, check for erosion or battery leak, test them, did I have batteries for them. So they're not actually a quick job. Same with the phones. The phones, I've got to test them. You've got to see, can they be reset? If they're not, they go into a scrap pile. If they can be reset, they've got to re-reset. You've got to test them even more. But they do have a higher ASP, so majority of my phones do sell a lot higher. So I'm running a little bit behind on what I wanted to achieve today. It's one of those days where lots going on, but I don't feel like I'm getting much done, which frustrates me because there's so much to be done. But, you know, the other thing that we have to take into account, and I'm talking to myself right here, is can't overdo it. And definitely feeling it this week coming off the medication. I just need to calm down a little bit. Going a bit too fast, I think. Definitely last week I was leveraging the adrenaline from that. So anyway, we'll do some more phones. I've got to pack one more thing to send. Just, I want to get out as much orders as possible to make sure I'm, you know, help customers get items as quick as possible in this busy period. But hopefully we can leave around 4:30. So that's the plan. All right, I'm still here doing these phones here, but I just had my storage manager come up here. They know that I'm looking at a warehouse. We're very close, but they don't want me to leave, of course. And look, I mean, I don't want to leave either because of the expense. But the reality is I need to leave at some stage because it's going to enable the growth that I want. But she was up here we've been talking for the last 30-40 minutes. She's really gone into plan mode of different ideas of how I can make up more space, and she's not wrong. There is a lot more I can get out of this storage unit if I make some more big changes. However, I still think it's going to stunt my growth to some point because there's going to come a point where it's just not going to enable me to thrive. So look, I'm open to doing more, you know, more things like that, like more synergy changes, adjusting things, and she gave some really good ideas. And I need to do a lot of brainstorming as well, to, you know, make sure it's viable. I've got to run numbers. I mean, if I get another storage unit here, it's only, you know, it's only like $400, $300 opposed to, you know, an extra $1,500 a month. So there's definitely some reasons not to leave, but there's a bunch of reasons too as well. Just more opportunities will come through. And I want to be able to have the office space and things like that. But, you know, there's going to be a lot of costs involved. And I've been looking at the pricing, and geez, it's a lot of money. Just because of the outgoings and the maintenance costs and body corp and, extra, you know, the GSTs on top of all that. There's a lot. So the storage unit is still actually looking pretty good. But I've got to start looking to just get some ideas, get my headspace in the right place, start running numbers, comparing. I mean, I'm not going to move until I have a place that is so good that I'd be silly not to, kind of thing. And I haven't found that yet. But tomorrow is more so me just looking at, you know, what options are there, what does it look like. I have to think of layouts and things like that. So a lot of moving pieces.
Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna finish this. I'm way behind now because we were chatting for so long, but I'm gonna finish this, do some the last package that I've got to send out, and then I will be getting out of here. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of planning and number crunching tonight. Basically, my head is just, I'm thinking about a million things and what I can do. She's actually gonna see if there's another unit for me. Yeah, look, there's some good options. There's good options. I'll just leave it there. I need to do a lot of brainstorming with Carla as well. And yeah, anyway, finishes up. All right, so we ended up doing a total of only 21 listings of the electronics, but it ain't too bad because 21 average ASP for these kind of stuff is $60. It's $3,000. So I'm happy with that. Still got lots that I got to do, but it's probably tomorrow's problem and Thursday's problem. All right, I'm going to start packing up. I'm going to do the last item to post, which is an Xbox, and then we're out of here. All right, that's all packed up. Got the last package on here, just make sure. Yep. All right. I'll see you folks tomorrow. Got lots going in my head at the moment. I'll make sure I closed everything. I do this every night. Always double check. Ciao. Folks, it is Wednesday. Here we are again, and I just finished up at Backpacks. I was actually going to be coming into work earlier this morning, but Carla wasn't feeling too well, so she stayed home. I've had a big day at Backpacks. It's actually 1 o'clock already. We've been doing Santa sack deliveries. We've been packing Santa sacks. It's pretty chaos. It's lots happening, but it's all good things, of course. All right, I'm running a little bit behind, so I got to get back to the shop. I got to pack the orders. We've had quite a few come through in the last. This morning we've had one person purchase, I think, 10 pairs of shorts. Someone purchased another 10 pair of shorts. We've sold some laptops. We've got a fair bit going out, so I'm going to get in, pack all that, and then I've got 2 warehouse walkthroughs this afternoon as well. So yeah, it's all a bit chaotic. So I'm going to get in, do that, pretty much pack, and then leave. And then yeah, we'll do the walkthroughs. I'll have a sticky beak. These warehouses that I'm looking at today, they're really just inspiration setters. One of them I already know I'm probably not keen on, but I want to see what it is to have the compromise of not having an office space, being on the cheaper side. But then the other one is like on the extreme of like probably the maximum size I want to be in, but it's probably a bit of a stretch. But it also gives me all the options and all the perks if I wanted to go that far. And it's also because this is the only guy that's responded to me. So fortunately, they're just literally around the corner from each other. So it's actually back here near Backpacks, and that's exciting, but scary. Just running numbers, just, you know, trying to calculate it. It is a big jump, but I think, you know, to grow year on year 80% for the last few years, it starts to make sense that that's what we got to do. I'm not gonna lie, like it's a lot of money, but I think in a year's time or even 2 years' time, I'll reap those rewards, assuming everything stays in the same trajectory that it is. I was chatting to one of my, I see him as a mentor, but I was chatting to a mate. He was saying to me, you know, all the numbers seem to add up. I've actually had this conversation with 2 people, 2 mentors, but he was further saying, look, you know, if sales are already rising, like if I'm growing, and he said technically once we have a bit of an interest rate break, then the sales should increase even more, because people will have an appetite to spend, they will have the ability to spend, and that should come in the next year as well. So even if that gave me an uplift of 10%, I can't obviously bet on that, but 10% on the numbers that we're doing this calendar year, you know, that gives us an extra $30,000 just top line, which, you know, it isn't huge on the bottom line, but probably probably 9 grand profit on top of that. So, you know, look, there's a lot of things going through my head, and I'm just talking numbers at the moment because it's just all in my head. So it's not really for you, it's really just me figuring it out.
but it's all very exciting, scary, interesting, all at the same time. So I'm glad to have you along the way for me. I do get a lot of questions about the warehouse, or wouldn't it make sense to be in it? And it is, but it's a lot of money. Like, there's a lot of unnecessary costs, I think, like body corp and outgoings and all that. That's the business. Anyway, I'm gonna get in there. I need to have some lunch, and then we'll get cracking on the postage and get to these appointments. I'll see you in a jiffy.
All right, team. Just finishing off some lunch. We got 13 orders. We're back on 80,515. We did sell a laptop for, it must have been 370 or 412. 410 plus $20 postage. Nice. Some person has come through and purchased 10 pairs of shorts. Someone else has come through and purchased 8 pairs of shorts. And then the rest is just kind of bread and butter, but lots of active shorts. And there's a few shirts in there as well. Got some books going out, hat, and the laptop. I'm actually, as of the start of the month, I was #1 seller for active men's shorts pre-owned in Australia, which is pretty cool. Hopefully this retains that for me because we've been selling a lot. Anyway, I'm going to get this all packed up. Don't have time. It's 1:20. This shouldn't take too long, actually. It's pretty easy going. And then get out of here and go look at the warehouses. All right, folks, postage is all done. All packed up. That's pretty much it for now. I am going to basically just pack up a few things and then get out of here. Photographer's still working, getting photos done, but I'll finish up here and head over to the warehouses. It's all happening. I'll probably talk about it a bit afterwards as well in the car. Anyway, ciao.
All right, look through the warehouses. Lots going on in my mind. I think my initial sense is they're probably not what I want, just because I can't see myself being in the smaller one for 2 years, and the bigger one, there's a lot of cost that has to go into it because the way it's set up, it requires the tenant to do that themselves. So that's a bit of an, it pushes me away. I had a good chat. We spoke about a few other different options. Not really anything else they have on the table at the moment, but really gives some really good perspective of like what it would look like, how it could work, what it's requiring, and all those different things. So lots to think about. But you know, a lot of these we're talking about, I think it was like 3,000 plus outgoings. I mean GST, so it's probably like up to 3,500 a month, and then the other one was closer to probably 4,700 a month. So you know, we're talking basically 1,000 to 1,500 to double my size, and then we're talking also, you know, almost doubling my cost for like 3-4 times my size. So like, look, it all makes sense. Like, I think there's a lot of number crunching that I got to do. I've got just a lot to really flesh out, run some numbers, play it against where I think the business will be in 6 months, 3 months. I mean, we're doing $80,000 revenue. Obviously, you know, you take fees off that 15% automatically, and postage, but the postage regardless I'm not too concerned about. But like, you take 15% off the 80,000, you know, we're already looking at, geez, you know, it's 12,000. So really it's closer to like 68,000 cash flow. And then if we do that per month, anyway, I'm just running in my head. I'm just doing calculations of the outgoings, the expenditure, of already the expenditure. The other thing that I need, and I think I've already spoken about it, is when I go into this warehouse, I can actually have more people working, in terms of they can work more because they can work at the same time, both my staff. So that cost is going to have an uptick. There's going to be a really painful period of expenditure and then a period of catch up. But then technically it should be really, really full of rewards in terms of return on investment. but I just don't want to be too risky. So anyway, that's what's going on in my head at the moment. I don't think they're the ones for me, but it really gets me getting some good perspective. I'm gonna go drop off the post, gotta run some errands, and then I'll be home. We'll be back at it again tomorrow. We'll do it all again, and yeah, who knows what tomorrow holds. Ciao, folks, and it is Thursday, just like that. It's where's the week gone? We're 2 weeks away from Christmas. Lots going on in my mind today. It's an interesting day. I don't have anyone else in today. My second photographer, he has his own little business and he goes away to do that. So he's away this week on Thursday, and he's away till I think Tuesdays. Anyway, so it's just me today. And I must admit, like, the days that I'm at the shop by myself, I find I'm a little less productive if there isn't like really adrenaline pumping things to do. If it's the really mundane, I lose motivation. And look, this is honest talk, because there's some things which, motivate us, some things that become easy for us, and there's some things that, we just got to pull up our pants and get the job done. And today I've got so many different things that I can do, I actually don't know what to do. And this is a really good, bad problem. Good problem in the sense that we've got lots of things to do. Lots of opportunities, things to continue to build the business. I can work in the business, I can work on the business, I can do both. But at the same time, it's proving to me that because I've got so many little different things happening, it stretches my time and it pulls my attention away from probably things that I should be doing opposed to want to be doing. So I think my plan today is I've got quite a lot of orders. I've got about 14 orders that I have to get done regardless. Pick, pack and post, the usual stuff. That's the life of the business. The other thing I need to do is I need to spend some time and do some planning, just around final forecasting for, do I need to do any more washing for the end of the year based on the run rate for the rest of my team while we're, till the end of the year, because I'll be putting the time and the store and time away basically the week of Christmas. I don't think I'll have anyone working for that shutdown week, maybe even 2 weeks. So I need to just plan out how much stock I've got now. From my understanding, I've got my number one photographer 3 more days, which will get me about 240 items. And I think I've probably got 240 items there. But what I do need to do is I need to make sure I've got stock for when we come back, so we're not delaying by 3-4 days to get the stuff washed. So there is some of that analysis I need to do and get on top of that. I probably do want to do another wash just before Christmas, so that way we do have stuff to run with once we get back. The other thing is I still got a little bit of a few bits and bobs of electronics. I've got some toys, some Lego, so I might try and smash those out today. And yeah, that's really where we're at. The other thing I want to do is I want to do a bit of a cleanup. Whether that's today is probably a different conversation, but I don't know when I'm going to get into a warehouse. I'm actively looking. I'm not rushing. I've spoken about this numerous times, but like, I'm actually looking at warehouses, and when that happens, it's going to happen. But until it happens, I need to make sure that I'm staying on top of things, being productive. So there is some things I can potentially shuffle around a little bit just to make the flow of business a little bit better. Yeah. So lots on my mind. Come along for the ride. I've got to get fuel on the way in. I'll get fuel, and then we'll head on into the shop. Let's do it. All right, team, we're here. I need to charge you, by the way. Just getting set up. First things first is I'm just going to do some planning in here. Make sure we've got enough allocation, because I need to make the decision if we will have any washing go out. I've got more phones actually, by the way, so I'm going to do these today. This is the stuff that I just want to get out of the way because it was kind of here. I have started to do a little bit of a shuffle in here, clean up. I'm in one of those moods where I'm frustrated because I'm just frustrated, and because I want answers for things. When I'm frustrated and I'm trying to figure out how to solve something, I get into this mood where I just
it's really good mood because it helps me cull stuff and get rid of things really easy because I'm just not in the mood for it. So that's why some of these things, like things lying around, I wait and wait and wait, because then when I'm ready to make a decisive decision, it comes in these moments. So I'm going to get this done today. Might be a few other little things in here, and but first things first is I need to just get on top of this while I charge you. All right, I think I've got a bit of a game plan now. So there's about 140 items top level, probably a little bit more, give or take. So that's really like a day and a half for my other photographer, for my number one photographer. Underneath, there's a lot of stuff, which is good. But I think what I'm going to probably end up doing is I'll probably do one more wash, and with the intention that by the time the washing comes back, which will be Thursday next week, I want to have space in here so that I can flat lay it. If it's not in here, it would be in here. So obviously I've got a lot of space in here. Once that goes out for washing, I'll have a space to flat lay it. So I think if I do another 10 bags, on average, it's probably 20 shirts per bag. So it's another 200 items. And that just gives us enough stuff to be back in action for when we come back, plus with a little bit of extra. I want high quality goods coming back in to kickstart the store. So like this kind of stuff, the Ralph Lauren's, the brush popper, and all those kind of things. So I think that's my plan between now and then. There's a lot of interesting stuff here though. The phones, quick wins. There's a few things here that I'm gonna have to test. Some of this I've just got to process. There's a whole lot of routers over there, a few other bits and bobs over there. So some of this just need to cycle through and decide if yes or no. But that's the plan today. I've also got some heat lamps, which I need to suss out. All right, we have a total of 15 orders to go out, and we're sitting on 80,921. We did get to 81,000 yesterday, 500, but we'll drop down because obviously we're doing about $1,000 days at the moment. So the pressure's on to keep it consistent. It's going to drop pretty quick once we get closer to Christmas, because obviously sales are going to drop because people are spending their time elsewhere and they've already spent their money. So let's get this packed up. There's, yeah, as I said, 15 items, a lot of shirts and shorts, and a couple of laptops. So let's get packing. Well, I'll show you what I've got and then I'll get packing. All right, we've got a MacBook going out there. Got some R.M. Williams, got some Ralph Lauren, we've got some Wrangler, we've got someone purchased 3 Harley Davidsons, someone purchased 2 of my Columbia shirts, we've got some Ralph Lauren shorts, we've got some Mambo, Wrangler, even a sweater going out. I reckon that's a Christmas present, or they're going overseas. And a couple of little Hot Wheels as well. So let's get this packed up. All right, postage all done. First batch of phones are done. We'll start on some of these. There's a couple more finishing charge, and then we get cracking on the rest of it. Woo woo. Just a quick little check-in. We're making some really good progress. We're probably about halfway. About to start on some of this. Then we've got that over there. We're getting there. We're getting it done. We're getting it done. We did it. We did it. That's all done. I started to just see what else there is. A few things that were under here. Got some more toys to do. Didn't get to these ones, but there's some different types of electronics that I've never done before, so don't have enough time to do those. Let's get rid of pile. We still have the lamps, but that's okay. But we've freed up all this space here. Like, I'm going to clean it up just before I go now, just to make it walkable, because they're all empty tubs. Still have a suitcase of dolls. And I still have all the ponies to do, but we've made some great progress today. Just getting through all that. I've got about 15-20 minutes till I need to leave, so I'm just going to do some quick little cleanup, get things in order, and then I think the plan tomorrow will be just focused on getting washing ready for next week. And then the idea is that by the end of next week, which is actually, I've got to prep for my market next week. By the end of next week, I want to make sure I've got space in here to be able to flat lay everything. Worst case, we won't send washing Monday, we'll send washing Thursday. It will come back Christmas, 2 days before Christmas, which is Monday, which is the last day we're working, and it can all go in here flat laid, and then when we come back, we're good to go. That's the plan. So next week's going to be a bit of a different kind of week. Market prep, got to take the right stock this time, and just prepping for the new year. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to start to pack up and we'll be back here tomorrow. Just sold some Lego Duplo for $315. Alright, I just turned the power off, but we've got so much more space here. This is all stuff that needs to be done next, so it just makes it in a bit more of a flow. Still got to do a little bit more cleanup in here, but that will probably be tomorrow's problem or next week's problem. I want to have all this really, I don't want to be leaving the end of this year with things just a mess, because I don't know what's going to happen about the warehouse, and well, I know I'm going to have one, but I don't know how long it's going to take. So I don't want to be coming in here with the new year and got mess to deal with. I want to be able to just get in, because we've done crazy results this year. I want to make sure I can be productive as possible for next year when we kick off strong. So all right, that's it from me. Just put these tables away, then we're out of here, go to my physio appointment, and we'll be back here tomorrow. May have Carla with me tomorrow, but we'll see. Ciao. Friday it is. We're here at the end of the week. And I'm excited because today the plan is to just go through lots and lots and lots of clothing. So just prepping for washing really today. So I've been chatting to my other photographer and just doing a bit of game planning, and you know, from what I was telling you last night, we're gonna basically just shuffle a few things to make sure that we can flat lay by the end of next week. So today I'm prepping for a washing for Monday. We may end up doing 2 rounds of washing. Might do one this Monday, get it back Thursday, do another washing round Thursday, get it back Monday, which is a couple of days before Christmas, which is when we go and leave. And I'm thinking I'm going to do shirts first and then jeans, or vice versa, whatever. But it will probably be jeans, pants that will, it doesn't necessarily matter where they sit, because they don't need to be flat laid. They can actually just sit comfortably in IKEA bags. It's the shirts that are super important. So I'm going to go through that today. We've had quite a lot of orders come through last night. We've got 16, 17, 18 orders. We did about 1,400 yesterday. We sold some pretty good stuff in the second half of the day. Really ramped up, just kind of went really good. A lot of multi-quantities. Someone purchased 8 pairs of jeans. It's really great. Like, things are moving in the right direction. I'm super nervous because I know it's going to slow down before Christmas. Hopefully it doesn't, but like, just from what the data says over the last 4 years. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty tired. I actually I'm only just realizing it's December, and you know, it was this time last year to think where we were, and I know I've spoken about this a few times over the last few weeks, but here we are. Like, I hit 82,200 last night in terms of 90 day. I think it's dropped down now, but we almost doubled in a year. Like, it's just mind-boggling, and it makes me super excited but super nervous for next year, because it's going to make me wonder, what can we do? How do we keep that run rate? And how do we take things to the next level? And I think just looking at some of the, you know, obviously my goal is to always do better, but the goal really is I now need to start to focus on how do I elevate that consistently? How do I ensure that we can continue to elevate? And it's not just as simple as like, oh yeah, I want to do $500,000 next year. Yeah, I do. But you know, that's just an outcome goal. I need to be focused on what am I going to do every day for the next 365 days to ensure we hit the 500,000, or whatever it is. Now, I'm not saying 500,000 is my actual goal for next year. Basically, what I like to do is I put what I do this year as my base minimum, which we're going to land at about 286, really pushing to 300, but I don't think we're going to hit it. For calendar year. So I will probably make 300,000 my base goal for 2025, which means if we can grow another 50%, even if usually I only like to grow 20, like I only put the goal for 20% because it's hard work. To grow 20% of 300,000, that gets us to 360,000. Now I think we can do 400,000 in a calendar year next year, but I will stretch for probably 500,000.
yeah, that's wild. Anyway, enough on that. That's just me spitballing. I've got to work out and break down what does that actually take, and the biggest thing that's going to take us there is more listings. So I'm still doing 40 a day. If I averaged it out for the last 90 days, I'm averaging 38 per day, so I'm not quite actually there. And I was looking at all these numbers last night. So I really need to elevate that to 50 to 60, probably. I think once I hit 60, we should see a huge jump. I was doing some of the numbers again. And then I think 60 is a good starting point to make it happen. And I think what I'll have to do is I'll do it across a couple of shifts. I might break it up and do 30 morning, 30 evening, or something like that, just to not get fatigue and to break things up. So there's going to be a lot of changes next year of how that's going to happen. But anyway, let's get into the shop. It's 7:30. Sorry, quarter to 8. Carla's not in today. She's working from home. But we do have date night tonight. We're going to go gold class and see Wicked. So I'll leave a little bit earlier, pick her up, and we'll head into the movies. So it's going to be a big one, folks. Let's get into it. All right, all set up. I'm loving the space in here. It's great. All right, so this is really what we're tackling. So the plan is I'm going to get started on this. I'm going to do a few hours of this, or just until back gets tired or whatever. Then we'll do pick, pack, and post, and then we'll get back to it. I'm not doing any photos today. I really just want to get ahead on this because next week I'll have time to do photos, and next week I've also got to do some market stuff. But what I will do is I'll just show you quickly how things are tracking. Geez, a bit tired actually. All right, so we're on 81,628. We did get up to 82. Has dropped back down, and we've got 17 orders. We've got some pretty cool stuff going out, so I'll show that a little bit later. I reckon by the time that I post, we should have probably 3 or 4 more orders, so happy with that. All right, let's dive into this. I've also got some Pokemon stuff I've got to send from giveaways last week. I've got one more live stream for the week, for the year, 18th of December. It's going to be the last one for the year. We'll do some giveaways. We'll have some fun. Come along. All right, let's do some work in here. Let's do some work. Just so you're aware, the process of this is I've got to check everything, button everything, color code everything. That's it, and then put them into bags. So I'm just buttoning shirts at the moment, just so you can see. Man, there's some really. I just want to show this. These are some really. This is my favorite thing to sell. Absolutely love these. They're just so fun to sell. Anyway, an update on this order. Actually, you know how there was 2 orders here, and there was some stuff that was defected. It wasn't in good quality. After much conversation, I am getting a refund for 20. I'm getting a full refund for about 15, 17 items. And then I'm getting a 60% refund for the ones that I can probably still sell, but they just didn't meet the expectation that was agreed. So I'm probably getting must be about $250 back. Is that about right? Probably a little bit less than that, which I'm happy with. It's a bit frustrating. I said, this should have not occurred, right? Because, we went through a process to avoid this. So that makes me, do I want to use that supplier again in the future? Don't know. It's a confidence thing, that's for sure. Frustrating as well. But while I'm chatting to you, the other thing that I've been thinking about is stuff that I'll be working on next year. Outside of this, what I mean by on YouTube, the stuff that I'll be doing on YouTube. So I do plan to change the content up a little bit. I want to continue to add as much value to you guys as much as possible. I need to do a little bit better with my members. My members at this year, I got burnt out last year, the year before, where it was all about the value that I'm adding versus everyone else's opinion on that. Because I'm charging, there was a big issue with me charging, not just me, other resellers as well. Now I want to I try to give away as much for free as possible. If you ask me a question, I'm going to answer it. Like, I'm not trying to gatekeep that at all, but I do want to give back to those that are members and that support the channel.
And you know, it's an encouragement to maybe jump on the board, jump on the membership program. A lot of it is really just to keep the lights on. It helps pay for giveaways that I give back to you guys. But I would like to do something more, a bit above and beyond, whether it's additional content for you guys. I have some ideas around, I love numbers and I love breaking things down. And I'd love to do a bit more of my thought process with things, and maybe do that as behind this, behind the paywall of breaking down, how I go about making decisions and forecasting and things like that, or really breaking down information from a dollar perspective and numbers. I don't know. I'm just spitballing at the moment, but there's a few other things that I would like to do. I'm going to continue to do the weekly documentation, but I also want to somehow provide shorter form content, to get more people to be able to come follow this. And it's not about, I want people to come follow the reselling journey. I want people to come and see that when you put your effort and time and focus into creating something, and when you be consistent, you get results. That's really what I want to demonstrate. And that helps plays into my podcast, which is Further Your Lifestyle, because, the whole premise of Further Your Lifestyle was I want to help other people do the same thing. And me building this business is a demonstration of how that's possible to create something. Now, I don't want people to come here and say, hey, I want to start reselling. I'm not here to tell you how to resell. I'm not here to tell you that you should be reselling. What I'm here to show you is that I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. I want you to do the same. I want you to build something that's going to give you, accumulate wealth over a long period of time. I mean, I'm in this for the long haul. Not everyone is, which is fine. But, I would like to think that in 10 years' time, we're still here having conversations, and if not longer. So that's the plan. Anyway, I'm just thinking about if you've got ideas or things you would love to see. Not guaranteeing that I'll do that, but I'll be curious to hear from you. For those that are watching this, let me know. Me again. We're making some good progress. We've got some really cool stuff in here. I just wanted to give an update. I just had someone, this stuff annoys me so much. I had someone send a message saying, hey, look, this pair of jeans is clearly not a size 28. Doesn't fit me. All 28s fit me. It obviously has the wrong tag sewn onto it. I want a refund. And I'm like, yeah, you're welcome to return it. We offer free returns and full refunds for items which are wrong size or change of mind. And then I'm like, however, in terms of the sizing, we can only go by the tags and the measurements as per the photos and as put in the description. I just don't understand why people get such on their high horse when something they get doesn't fit them. And though it says it's a 28, it could be a slim fit, it could be an older cut, all these different things. It could have shrunk even, right? Which we call out in our listings. But they get so attackive, like they attack straight away in the sense of like, oh, you're selling me something that isn't clearly what it is because it doesn't fit me. It's like, well, hang on. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm giving you an option to buy something that has the sizing on it, the tag on it, the measurements on it. And if that doesn't fit you, well, then it's not my fault. Anyway, you just got to learn to not have emotion with this and move on. Once they send it back, give them a refund. What will annoy me though, if they raise an item not as described, then that's when it annoys me. Anyway, just sharing. It happens all the time. Me again. I just want to say like how much I enjoy doing this. Like, I think it's just a moment of like, I never imagined that I would be selling, Ralph Lauren, and for some reason I have fallen in love with selling this brand. This is all Ralph Lauren and Wrangler. There's a little bit of Lacoste in here. But this is like, I feel at my prime or at my peak in terms of just satisfaction. I enjoy doing this way more than probably anything else. Like just finding the really cool colorways, really beautiful pieces, and learning the fine details about everything. It's just incredible. It's really, really exciting. And what's even cooler is when you find ones that you've sold before, like things like this. This should go for $55 plus postage, because I've sold so many of them now. It's just, I don't know, I'm just having a moment where like, even having butterflies at the moment, just talking about it, because it just brings me so much joy to know that I've been able to create this from nothing, obviously through a lot of inspiration, a lot of hard work and help with other people, and being mentored and things like that. But sometimes you just got to give yourself a pat on the back. And looking at all this, it makes me excited for things to come. And I know I've been reflecting on a lot of things this week, and that's fine. That's why I'm talking about it, because I've been reflecting on a lot of things this week. And my encouragement to anyone that watches this, don't come here trying to think that you're going to be able to just resell and make a quick amount of money really quick, because you can flip things. But even now, I'm not making huge money because I'm doing this for the long term, and that long term is going to look a little different to your long term. If you can start this super early, even better. But it's not about the reselling aspect. It's what I was talking about before. If you want to start something of your own, build a business or provide a service or anything of that such, you just got to be consistent. You got to learn it. You got to put in the reps, and you got to do the work. And I'm going to continue to reframe and rebrand myself, getting away from a reseller mentality, and moving purely just into, that we're a business and that we sell pre-owned clothing. And that will be the majority of the business. But there's a few other things that I'm going to tap into as well from that branding perspective. And of course, I'm not going to stop selling other things, but yes, I'm a reseller at core. But just removing that mindset, or that boxed mentality, because it's a boxed mentality, and resellers, we sometimes limit our ability to be able to see past what we can do, in the present especially. And it's a challenge to you guys as well, is this is really odd color, try and look beyond yourself in what you know and what you see on the internet. Whether there's so many of us doing reselling or sharing these YouTube videos. There's lots of people all around Australia, and then of course US, but everyone's doing in their own different model, their own different way. I'm doing mine completely different. Other people are doing very traditional. Others are, broadening into lots of different sourcing models. And there's no right or wrong way to this. Everyone is doing a really great job. And you have to figure out your groove, your way, define what it is. Don't just say, oh, I want to start reselling and I want to make $100,000 a year, whatever. You can do that, but that's so broad. You need to figure out what it is that you enjoy, what it is that you want to be able to do, and why you're doing it. What is the intention behind it? What is the purpose? What is the reasoning? Why will you be motivated to do this? Why will you be motivated to get up every morning and do listings? Why will you be motivated every day to, or button shirts? You have to figure out why. And I'm motivated because I'm working towards that end goal of what I want. But this, I absolutely love while doing it. I could just do this all day, because it excites me. I know what I'm going to get from this. I know the value here. I know the enjoyment it brings, but just looking at the colors, and I know the customers that love this and how they express it back to me. So just having a moment here of just reflection. I'm excited for 2025. I really am. Big changes are coming, always big changes. But this is, I'm just listening to music, just chilling. And this is, this is what it's all about. Just doing what you love. It's great, and I'm excited to be able to see what else I can find as I dig more into this, more and more, into this brand or into the different brands. There's a lot of other brands I want to get into as well, but haven't been able to bang it down yet. Anyway, just sharing, really, and just sharing because I'm feeling full of joy. My heart is full. Anyway, let's get back to it. All right, we're taking a bit of a break. We're doing some packing. We've got some pretty cool stuff. This pair of Levi's is actually my first pair of 80s Levi's. This has gone for $101.20, which is just insane. That's gone local. The rest of this is mainly Wrangler and Levi's, a little bit of Ralph in there. And got some X-Men magazines. We do have this Lego Duplo that went for pretty good money, 370 or something it was. Yeah, that's it. Let's get packing. And actually, sorry, there's someone bought 8 pairs of Ramco jeans, very happy with that. Good $300 order. And then someone's purchased this big bundle of Andy Griffins. So very, very happy. Let's get this packed up. Then we'll have some lunch. Then we'll get back to doing the shirts. Just taking it easy. Love it. All right, postage is all done. I actually just got to put it in the bag. I'm gonna have some lunch, take a quick little break, and then get back to doing this magnificent stuff. So we'll probably end up getting, hopefully, I'm trying to actually do all higher end stuff. The reason why is because when we come back from being away, I want to be listing high value stuff just to get the store back into pump. So that's really what I'm trying to do. I don't think I'm going to get through it all, but there is next week. But Monday I need 10 bags worth, so that's the focus. All right, we've made some really great progress. We're probably just hitting halfway. We might actually be past halfway, actually. Still got a couple of boxes in here, some really interesting stuff. You can't really see it. Probably going to do a little bit more. It's 2:10. I need to be home by 4:30, which means I need to be at the post office by 4, which means I need to leave here at about 3:30. So got about an hour and a half. So I'm going to keep going. I still need to put this into bags. But I'm loving it. It is so cool. It's just, there's so many good things in here. It's just epic. I just love it. I know I keep saying it, but I just don't think you understand how much I enjoy this. I'm just excited for doing more of it. And there will be more of it. Like, I'm going to be getting plenty more of it because it's working. Plus, I just enjoy it. So, we actually did have this one. This is probably a pretty good piece. This is it's called a Ralph Lauren Creek. Oh, sorry. And it's a wool shirt, pure wool. Very beautiful. Problem with all this stuff is a lot of it I like so much that I want to keep stuff myself. Don't be like that. Alright, we charge on. We'll do a few more. This will help finish another box. What do we got here? These are just basic pearl snaps. These are just bread and butter really at this point. But the good thing, what I try and do with all this stuff is I try and list it all at the same time. So for instance, if I do a whole bunch of greens, we'll try and list all the greens of Ralph Lauren, all the blues, and same for the Wranglers. Just because it's usually the customers that come through, they want to buy multiple. Check out this one, that's pretty cool. They want to buy multiple, and I want to give them that option, because if they buy multiple, they save. So that's really the intention there. So all this is going to washing. That's what we're essentially just doing here. That needs to be... Some of those bigger ones I wait till I want to get all this smaller stuff done. This one, I've got a buyer for this already. It's just based on the tags. Same guy who comes through and buys them every single time. This one, sold it before. That should go for about $45 to $55. Nice little paisley style. Add that to the red pile. Oh, this is beautiful. Another Levi's one. This is a Levi's for women. Nice tall shirt. Pearl snap. It's got the double pearl snaps. Oh, it's got a broken pearl snap, that's fine. That happens to the best of them. Always does. Do you enjoy these kind of things where I'm just here doing stuff and just chatting? Probably should do more of this kind of thing. I almost contemplated doing this while doing a live stream. I think that would be pretty cool to do. It'd be pretty cool to hang out just sorting through, 300 shirts, prepping them and just chatting. Seeing who's here, it'd help the time go quicker. Maybe we'll do that sometime. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments. Let's miss a button. Alright, I do need to keep working though. I don't want to get distracted, so I will keep working. And got to do a recap at the end of the day too. So one thing that I can't do, I just can't seem to capture this in how I experience it. I don't know, maybe I'm just obsessed with this, I don't know. But this I just can't get it across of how much I enjoy it. Anyway, you get the idea. So change of plans, the fire alarm's gone off, so we've had to evacuate. So anyway, I'm just out here seeing what's going on. All right, so the fire alarm went off because apparently a unit above us triggered off the fire alarm, which is a bit scary. All right, I gotta, it's been about 30 minutes. I've got to quickly finish this, pack the bags, and then I'm gonna get ready to go. So we did get a little bit of a distraction there, but it's all good. All right, all done. Not as clean as I would like it to be, but we've got, 6 bags there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bags. So I've even got a bag ready for Thursday. I don't know if I'll end up doing all the shirts for the wash. I think the second wash I might do is I might actually get into the pants because we can store them. However, I've got, we don't have to flat lay them when we store them. But what I will also be getting, what's arriving next week, is finally something that I've been looking for a long time, is I'm getting a whole bunch of tables on wheels, which will be able to come straight in here with all the clothes on them, and we'll be able to move them around. It's going to make such a change. Anyway, I'm just packing up now, getting out of here. We'll do the recap on the way to the post office. Another week done. All right, ciao. And there we go. Another week done and dusted. Jeez, the weeks are just flying. It's 2 weeks till Christmas, not even. Just wow. All right, this week, what are the lessons been? What's the takeaways? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? First off the cuff, I'm feeling just overwhelmed with just happiness and joy. Like, my cup is full, just because last 2 weeks have been really great. We've seen some really good, uptick with sales, which always make the moods better. But I think I'm just, because I've been spending a lot of time, and I've already been talking about this, is spending a lot of time reflecting on the year that has been, and really actually grasping on the level of growth that has occurred. Because I was looking at it last night, and I kind of just realized, like, geez, we've done, like, I had no idea that this is what we would do, and we've done it. And I'm not saying this is easy. This is by all means not easy, but I think it's so important to really just step out of the now and zoom out and just understand, not just reflecting on like the journey, but actually I've got to go back now. Like, I'll be doing this in my time off. Like, what have been the things that have actually enabled the growth? What were the things that have enabled us to see the consistency, and how do I replicate that, and how do I make sure that it's consistent and continues to be more evident as we move into 2025? So that's the first lesson from this week. And I think the second thing is just remembering, like, just being confident in yourself. Like, this is one thing that I've really had to battle through this year, of just getting past some of my headspace, dealing with the doubters, the haters, the nuffies, and all those that think they've got it all figured out. Now, I have never ever said I've got this figured out, just to be frank. I'm figuring it out each week as I go. I have figured it out to this point, but there's still a lot of things that I need to crack for. And I think, just reminding myself to, stuff them and forget them and just move on without them. And I think really, if I can let go of that, I'm almost there. I've started to get really, I've regained a lot more confidence. That's what I'm trying to say. And if I can take that and run with it into 2025, I think I'll be able to tap into some stuff which I wasn't able to tap into this year. And the final thing is like, right now, and this is probably more a message to you guys. Right now, like, by the time you're seeing this, we're a week and a half out of Christmas. Now is the time to be like, actually, we should have started, a few weeks ago. I always recommend 6 weeks before the end of the year is the best time to start getting ready for 2025 or the next year. And if you haven't started planning, if you haven't started taking action, if you haven't started doing anything for 2025, I'm not here to say you've got to hustle so hard that you're not having any time off.
but just start putting things in place so that when it comes January 1st, you hit the ground running and you're not having to figure it out for 4 or 6 weeks. There is some things that I like to test the waters for 4 to 6 weeks, but you know, I'm here already doing things, ready for the business, ready for it to grow. And I'm not just talking about reselling, I'm not talking just about business, I'm talking about your life. Get things ready, know what you want, what do you want to achieve in 2025, and get ready to just run for it. You know, now's the time to be doing the warm up, doing the reps, putting in the exercises right now so that when you jump into 2025, you're good to rock and roll. All right. Speaking to myself as well, but that's really for you. Yeah, we're going to jump over to the financials. I'm just going to see if there's anything else to go through. I think that's it. Like, I mean, other than I'm super excited for 2025, not because it's a new year, well, that too, but just because, you know, I've got some momentum and I'm going to try and keep running that momentum, and I'm excited to see what we can do when we do another whole year of work. Financials. So it's Friday, 3:30. Me looking at the results previously for the week. I don't know if I'm going to do a recap later, but for the week we were sitting on about 5,500. We're on track to do about 8,000 for this week. What that's landed at, what that looks like, I'll chuck it up on screen. At me thinking right now, Friday, I think things are going to start to slow down, because really people need to be posting things by Monday, really, to be getting it for Christmas, to be guaranteed. That's just normal post. So I think it's going to start to die down pretty quick. In terms of December has me very curious, because at the moment it was suggesting that we were going to be doing $37,000 this month, based on we've been doing about $1,200 every day for the last 13 days. But again, I think that's going to slow down. We're also sitting in the negative. Like, I had one of my biggest expenditures ever this month, because I had to pay for all the 6 months, actually it was about 7 months worth of postage supplies that I purchased. So when I last looked, we were in like negative of $3,000. So it'll be interesting to see if we make that back this month. This month, it's got me nervous. It could be my first month where I don't make a profit, but it's an average thing, because I've had to make that expense anyway. And it just so happens that the second half of this month will probably ease off. But however, I don't know. I reckon there might be some surprises over Christmas. We'll see. There's a few quick wins that I'm going to be listing next week, just to go up for Christmas time. People will have gift cards. People will want to buy with their gift cards after receiving them on Christmas. So usually from Christmas to New Year's, there's another little spike, and we'll see what happens there. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where December leaves. I might not even get to go through December with you, because I'll probably be on break, but I'll bring it up probably when we get into the new year anyway. But we've still got one more week before I take some leave, and then I'll be recapping, reflecting, and I've got lots of ideas and things that I want to try for 2025 with the content. Keep doing this, but a few other things, as I was talking about a bit earlier. All right, well that's it. If you did have any questions, comments, thoughts, chuck them down below. Otherwise, it's pretty much a wrap of the video. We'll be back here again. We'll do one more video of these, and yeah, I appreciate you to, you know, if you've got the time, jump over to my last live stream for the year, which is I think it's on the 18th. Anyway, it's Wednesday after this video came out, and I'll be doing some giveaways. We'll hang out for a bit, and we'll wrap it up for 2024. But appreciate you. Take it easy. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you next time I'm looking at you. Ciao.
And there is one more thing that I did want to share with you, and it's the whole premise of this video. And at the end, as you would have seen, that I was really talking about how I'm just feeling that my cup is full. And if there's one thing that I can give you to take away from this video, is if you want to grow your business, you need to do this. You need to find something that makes you happy, and then just do lots of that, and just really tap into that. And from that, you'll be able to be successful. And success may mean a lot of different things for a lot of different people, but you get to define it, right? And that may mean, it might mean growing your business. It might mean achieving a better result or an outcome from something, or it might be just being a better version of yourself. And I really want to harp on this, and I really want to challenge you on this as we move into 2025, because you can make your next year, whatever year it is, even the next month, the next week, your best moment ever, if you continue to focus on the things that make you happy and continue to do the things that's going to get you closer to where you want to be. As long as that aligns to making you happy. If you're trying to do things that don't make you happy and you're trying to get somewhere which isn't even a place that brings you happiness, it's not going to work. You need the values to align. You need that alignment. So that's my challenge to you, and that's how we're going to finish the video. Cheers.